Virgo, hello, happy new year, and hope you had a wonderful holiday season and that it was safe for you and enjoyable and for you and yours. And a happy new year to all Virgos. Thank you for clicking on my channel and for clicking on this video. I definitely appreciate it. This is your overall tarot card reading for the dates of January 1 through the 15th of 2021. So happy 2021 to all of you Virgos. Um, Real quick, just a quick reminder again, if you'd like to support my channel, I definitely would appreciate it. These, what I call the big three, you really don't do much for you as far as they won't bombard you, you won't get junk mail, but it's important for the algorithms for YouTube in order to promote channels to a larger audience. And if you'd like to support my channel, I would greatly appreciate it. And that's by clicking the like button, clicking on the subscribe to the channel, and clicking on the notification buttons. Those three things are critical to YouTube to market the channels to larger audiences. And if you feel like supporting, I would gratefully appreciate it. If you've already done that, thank you so much. Thank you very much. I definitely appreciate it. So let's get started. So, Virgo, this is a 5-card tarot card energy reading for the January 1 through the 15th of 2021. It's a general reading for the larger collective of Virgos, and it's intended for informational purposes. The information may not resonate with all Virgos, and that's totally understandable. Take what fits and let the rest go. To save time, I already shuffled the cards and cleared the energy and asked for universe guidance. And the cards that got selected were ejected on their own during the shuffle. The 5 cards that were exited during the shuffle for this overall energy reading are lined up right here. The first card here represents your overall past influences. This is a significant energy within the past few months. In some cases, that energy may have resolved, and other cases, it could still be lingering for you. The second card here represents the current overall energy for the present period, right, the here and now for you. The third card here represents overall energy for future energies. These are things that could be on the cusp, things that are around the corner, or could be appearing. Sometimes it could be evolving as we speak. It just depends. The fourth card here is the overall energy for challenges. Keep in mind that challenges don't mean anything that are negative. They're simply provided as information, things to be aware of. And most likely they're presented as choices for you to make based on your own free will. And the fifth card here is represents the overall energy for your outcomes during this time frame. So let's go. We have the Seven of Cups, except the Seven of Cups is in reverse for you here, Virgo. So angel and spirit guides, please help us understand why the Seven of Cups is in reverse for our Virgos during this time period, please. Well, Virgo, see the reversed Seven of Cups as a card of choices and a card of options. With the reverse Seven of Cups, this can mean several things. It could mean that you're overwhelmed with by too many choices and you're not able to move forward. If that's the case, this energy is reminding you to reduce your options and focus on what's more important for you. And keep in mind that you don't need to keep searching for that big idea or that next best thing. Sometimes you have what you need, and it just accept it and understand that. And or if you do have choices, don't run amok spending overtime or over obsessing on it. This energy card here is encouraging you just to make a pick and move forward with it, and you'll be fine. Well, as we know, that the card here, yeah, I'm picking up here that for many for Virgos, some of you were presented with multiple opportunities, and they could have been opportunities, they could have been ideas or whatever. But before you were able to select it or were able to make a choice, you needed to ground yourself first, and it was important for you to sort of reflect on what you wanted in the long term. For those Virgos who were able to do that, you were able to make a better choice, or at least a choice that was good for you. Keep in mind that when you have too many options and things are all similar in value and similar in shine and bling, they can take on a sense of a different sort of energy that helps you lose your focus, and often you can chase things that don't really attain to your higher value. So the universe was asking many Virgos to sort of take a step back and sort of assess what your options were, and weigh them against the priorities of what were important to you, and which opportunities had a real benefit to you, and particularly benefit your higher self, which was critically important. Um, you know, Virgos, keep in mind that because the reverse Seven of Cups was appearing here in your past energies, again, that the energy that I'm picking up from many Virgos was that you were faced with different choices, and some of you may, instead of choosing the option that was that that may appeal to others, or those around you. Some of you sort of relied on your inner wisdom and your own guidance and your own intuition, and you chose a way that would best fit you. In other words, you didn't go with the pressure or the group. Um, and that's because I'm picking up some Virgos. If you went your own way and made your own decision, you were using your own criteria to help you make your decisions, and that was probably the best decision for those who did that, because it aligned yourself with your inner being, and that was the important energy there for me, Virgos, in the past few months here. In your current energy, we have the Queen of Cups here. So, Angel and Spirit Guides, please help us understand why the Queen of Cups is in the present energy for our Virgos during this time frame, please. Well, I'm picking up in the present energy for particularly for many Virgos. If you were able to pick a project here that was of value to you and meant something to you, and you made your own decision because it was aligning yourself with your inner self, you're feeling it right now. You're feeling the creative, and you're feeling your way through them right now. You're trusting your heart, with your decision and your inner guidance to lead you in the right direction. So if you're feeling that something is off a little bit right now, all the universe is asking you is to pay attention to this. It doesn't mean that anything is wrong. It just means, pay attention to it. If something that's present to you right now doesn't make any rational sense, and the universe is basically saying pay attention to the cycles of the moon, and nature, and use those things to sort of manifest the goals that you want to live by your dreams. In other words, the laws of attraction. Think positive, and positive things happen. So if you're feeling some sort of doubt or resistance here, don't play into it. Is the message here. Virgos, keep in mind that the Queen of Cups here, in your present energy, is indicating that you're feeling very, very intuitive right now. In fact, almost highly intuitive, which leads about to being very creative, and you're sort of feeling the flow of your surroundings and the energy that is around you. So it's important for you to be in a surrounding that has positive energy. This is affecting you and impacting you also within the interactions that you have with others. It's heightening your sort of ability to read other people and get a sense of how they communicate effectively, and what their message really is, and what their intentions are. And for many, if it's particularly towards relationships, you can sort of pick up their emotions and their feelings, and the aura of that. I'm picking up the people around you right now that are closest to you, that you are around more significantly. There's a feeling of trust, and that you always have the right solution to help. Many of you right now in this sort of positive energy are really feeling sort of instantly tuned into what others are seeing and what's going on surrounding them, and you can help them make sense of things right now. They're going to come to you and ask you for guidance. and feel free to give it. You're going to be on target if you go from your heart. Right now, you're in a role of a healer. It could be a counselor, it could be an intuitive coach. Perhaps you're just a good friend and giving consult. So recognize that they're coming to you for a reason, and you're feeling the divine energy, and being able to share that with those that approach you. Um, Keep in mind here again, the the energy of the Queen of Cups for you, Virgos, in your present energy right now. This is you're feeling nurturing, you're feeling caring, you're feeling compassion, and you're feeling sensitive. So when you're seeing this right now in your present energy, this is nurturing. This is mother nurturing energy, and it's not biased or gender biased right now. It's just the energy of a nurturing mother that you have to understand. It's about caring for others. It's about supporting others by listening to your heart, by listening to them. You don't always have to offer advice. Just listening is wonderful, and people are feeling that you're listening to them. They're feeling that you're compassionate and caring for them deeply. You're embossing and exemplifying an empathetic and a great sense of what others are needing right now. And more importantly, if you've never done this before or you're not used to it, you're tuning into your own intuition, and that's critical right now. Um, and you know it's you're able to hold a safe place for others to express their emotions and be their truest and most authentic self and versions of themselves. And and you're exhibiting this for many of you, and as if you mastered this, and it's very natural for you right now. So um, things could be, you could be experiencing lots of emotional expression, not only yours but from others in a positive way. Um, However, keep in mind, the universe wants to guide you is that don't take on other people's energies or emotional issues, and that's importantly because keep the fact that you're well grounded, and that is where your creative, healthy separation is you're not taking on other people's problems. You're just being empathetic to them, and you're being compassionate with them. So again, this is right now in your present energy is about really trusting your intuition and paying attention to your surroundings. And your challenges, or I'm sorry, your future energies, we have the Eight of Swords, but also in reverse. So angel and spirit guides, please help us understand why the Eight of Swords is in Virgo's future energies and in the reverse position, please. Now, there's two sides to this sort of future energy here, and I'm picking up. And Virgos, for many Virgos, you're either experiencing one or the other. Um, Perhaps some or both, but I'm just picking up. There's two separate sort of yin and yang energies that are coming out here in your future. The Eight of Swords here, because it's in the reverse position here for Virgos, keep in mind that this energy, if it's affecting you, is about limiting your beliefs that plague you. And those things that are preventing you from moving forward. So if you're feeling that and you're feeling you're sort of stuck, and perhaps you're telling yourself that you do not deserve to be wealthy or have an abundance or have good friends or be happy or anything else. Um, this is sort of a self-talk that you need to address. And if it's negative self-talk, perhaps you're feeling that you're too old to lose weight, or someone's leaving you because you're unhappy, or you're unhappy with your body weight or your own health. These sort of negative beliefs that you might be experiencing will and are preventing you from achieving your personal goals. So in order to correct this, you have to change your belief system here, because it is correctable and it's short term. And the universe is guiding you is that if you are feeling this sort of negative self-talk that's sort of blocking you, is catch yourself when you're doing it and catch yourself in that negative thought pattern, and then release it and be cognitive and release whatever it is that pops in your head, and tell yourself it no longer serves you, and you will get rid of this negative self-talk right now. The Eight of Swords here in reverse also suggests for me, Virgos, that you're prone to, again, suffering because you're your own worst critic. So if you're feeling trapped because every time you want to do something, or and your inner critic is telling you that it's wrong and you're not good enough, if you feel like giving up altogether, again, the universe is guiding you that you can work through this by just recognizing those negative self-talk when it occurs and release it and just breathe it out. And once you release it, you'll feel better. It will pass. Because again, the overall message here for the reverse Eight of Swords as a tarot card is about skeletons in our closets, and this is an opportunity to clean them out. So you still could be very productive, but if there's one little thing that's sort of nagging at you, and that's that skeleton, this is the universe's way of having you address that skeleton and release it. And again, because it no longer serves you, and you will feel better by just addressing it and releasing it. And it could be an old feeling, an old person, or anything. Just identify it, release it, send it love, and let it go. It served its purpose. It no longer serves you now. On a positive side, when the Eight of Swords is in reverse, this is also sort of exemplifies that Virgos are doing this. So perhaps you're already working on it, which is good, and that you're in the process of changing your belief system, and that's wonderful. Many of you, if you have been able to work through this sort of negative self-talk, you're already a step ahead. You're going to see that light at the end of the tunnel, and you're going to create a more positive reality for yourself by letting go of those self-limiting beliefs. And if you're feeling more positive now, pat yourself on the back. You have made it through a difficult time, and you're more open to change and self-acceptance. So look at this sort of as a learning lesson, and learn from the experience. Reflect on what worked in the past and what changed your perspective and approach, and acknowledge the options that are in front of you, and more importantly, refuse to play the role of a victim. This is about taking greater accountability and responsibility for where you are in your current life, not who you were in your past. And you'll do well. So clean out skeletons, release them, you'll be fine. In our challenges, we have the Devil card, which is a major arcana card, except, again, Virgos, things are in reverse for you. We have it in the reverse here for you. So, angel and spirit guides, please help us understand for our Virgos why the Devil card is in reverse in our challenges of energy at this time, please. Well, again, I'm not picking that this is affecting all Virgos, but it's the energy enough that it's affecting some, and it's the major energy that's coming out. So again, it may not reflect all Virgos, but it's significant enough that it's reflecting for some. So if this is speaking to you, the reverse Devil here again is about self-doubt. And particularly within, and it plays off of your Eight of Swords in reverse here. Because with this reverse Devil coming in your challenges right now, the Virgos that have been feeling sort of self-doubt because of inner fears and anxieties, this is the message for you to. The Devil card's not bad. The Devil card is an opportunity to change. So with this being in your challenges, you're being challenged right now to sort of release those fears and anxieties, free yourself from those chains that are binding you, and free yourself from limiting thoughts and unhealthy attachments. The Devil card here is encouraging you right now to eliminate the things that are harmful to you and your inner self, and are stopping you from being your higher self. This is about creating either a healthy diet, watching less TV, quit smoking, spending less time, or spending more time with your loved ones. Letting go of habits that aren't serving you, and even letting go of people who are sabotaging you or are keeping you from success, from succeeding. This is about, taking an assessment and sort of, making a decision. And your challenge is to make the decision to let go of the things that aren't serving you, and and do it in a way that feels comfortable with you. Um, so the devil card here is encouraging you, Virgos, to take the opportunity to bring about positive change in your life, to stay focused, and if you're able to address and release the things that aren't serving you, you're going to get the goal of ultimate freedom. Uh, this is about, uh, uh, having a breakthrough. It's about an unveiling, and with this card here showing up for many Virgos, this is about being called to your highest potential, and you're on the cusp of it. However, before you can go any further, you need to address any unhealthy attachments, any unhealthy limiting beliefs that are holding you back. And you know, keep in mind that when you're feeling the energy that's calling you, to move forward, and to shine, you must deal with your shadows before you can step forward, and to this new version of yourself. And whether it's an addiction, even if it's a social addiction, any sort of unhealthy relationship, or even if you're in a career that's disengaging, and you're not feeling in tune, this is an opportunity to address those issues, to address any fears, and to release any self-imposed limiting beliefs that are standing in your way of your growth. Um, and keep in mind, it's a lot easier than you realize, and that's why the Devil card is here. So it's a good card encouraging you to address these things. And once you address them, they're not going to be as scary as you think, and you will move forward with it. And that's a very good sign. Um, some Virgos, if you're going through a really dark period, I'm not picking up there's very many. It's not a major thing, so I'm not picking up that this is a major impact for the overall collective. But just in case, I want to say, for some Virgos, if you're going through a really dark period, or you feel it's very dark, and whether you're ready for it or not, understand and know that you have the strength and confidence and courage to get you through it. You can work through negative things in your life if you do it with a good heart and you do it without resistance. Um, it can be painful, but you can grow from it and look at the experience and release it. And this can be from anxiety to depression, whatever dark sort of thoughts that you're struggling with. To understand, if this is resonating with you, then if it's severe, of course, please seek out professional help or assistance, if you need it, and don't be afraid to ask for professional help. Hmm. You know, and finally, the final energy here I'm picking up is with the devil in reverse here. It's inviting you, Virgos, to practice sort of a Buddhist principle, the principles of detachment, and that's means basically get yourself in a state in which you can overcome your attachment to desire of things. Desire. If you're attached to people that are unhealthy, if you're attached to concepts of the world that are unhealthy, this is your opportunity to free yourself from any sort of restrictions that you have or have lived with or were brought up on. Keep in mind, this doesn't mean that you don't care for people or other things. What you're doing is releasing your dependence upon them. Yeah, it's yeah, that's a key word there. You're releasing dependence upon people, and getting more of a healthier perspective. Think of it as cord cutting, and visualize it. This helps you release any sort of unhealthy attachments that you have to others, and especially when the devil is reverse, in a tarot card, it's a surefire thing that warning you or guiding you or informing you to release the people who are unhealthy in your life right now, or at least if you can't do it totally, begin the process. And because success is around the corner, they're limiting you. And in our outcomes, we have the Prince of Wands. Now keep in mind, in other tarot cards they are pages, but this particular tarot card it's the Prince, but they're pretty much the same thing. Now, angel and spirit guides, please help us understand why the page or Prince of Wands is here in their position in Virgo's outcomes for this period, please. Well, the good thing here, I'm picking up that Virgos who are able to address and release the negative shadows that they're facing, um, this is an invitation that things are going to get better. These are typically messenger cards. So the good thing this being in your outcomes for Virgos is that this is basically, saying that you're inclined to give anything and everything a go. You're embracing opportunities to start out, and you're willing to start on a new journey or a new project, and you're willing to just let it go where it takes you. Um, Even if you don't have a solid plan right now, or you know exactly where you're headed, but you're excited about the possibilities because you've released something. This is for those who are finding their new self, their authentic self. Um, you're going to be feeling, that you have a gift for dreaming, and you're going to feel more creative right now, and you're going to feel that you're sort of not tied down by the burdens of everyday life, because ultimately, if it's that feeling that nothing's going to get in your way of your dreams. Again, the Page of Wands here indicates that you're experiencing, Virgo's a creative restlessness. And if you are, it's because either you're having that energy, but one foot's grounded and the other foot's ready to go, but that back foot's sort of slowing you down. Um, if that's occurring to you, this is about grounding yourself and sort of addressing the issues, and and look at the things that are implemented and sort of keeping you stagnated in the physical realm. And if you are sort of halfway in involved and halfway out, then this is a message for you to just sort of take your time, map out a strategy. Maybe you need to test your sort of ideas to create a few experiments before you're committing to it. This is very helpful, and or you need to run your thoughts by someone who's been experiencing it, or a sounding board, just to sort of help you solidify what it is that you want, and get you most in line with what your broader goals are. Keep in mind, again, the Page of Wands here is also can affect a message of a spiritual path or journey that could be calling you. For Virgos that are feeling that they have a very curious mind right now, and you're feeling intrigued, to see where these sort of thoughts are taking you, this is encouraging you to go with that. To explore new endeavors, to explore spiritual endeavors, and doesn't mean religions. It could be whatever you determine as spiritual. It's just about discovering new levels of consciousness for you in many cases. You're going to benefit from it, and if you need, find a wise mentor. Search something, go to a group, go to some sort of person who has an expert or can help you sort of understand it and work yourself through it. Is strongly encouraged, because you'll get a lot of a headway out of it, and you'll benefit from it. So again, this is about moving forward and feeling good about your decisions. And if you're having a little, the ideas are there, break loose of that, seek some guidance, do some homework, and then move forward, and you'll be successful. That's what the universe wants for you, Virgo. So there we have it. Well, righty. Thank you again, Virgos, for clicking on my video. And again, as I said in the beginning, if you'd like to support my channel, the YouTube algorithms depend on three big things, what I call the big three, and that's clicking on the like the video, click on the subscribe to the channel, and click on the notification bell. I would greatly appreciate it, and if you've already done that, thank you so much. I sincerely appreciate your support. Virgos, feel free to leave a comment if you feel any part of this reading was applicable to you, and if none of it was, if it didn't resonate with you, that's totally fine. Remember, it's a general reading, it just wasn't going to fit for you particularly. If part of it was, great, so just take what fits and let the rest go. But if it did fit, your comments are welcome and appreciated. So there we have it. Virgos, enjoy, and again, I wish you a wonderful and safe happy new year, happy 2021, and we will see you at the end of January for the last 2 weeks. So enjoy. Take care.